Hi everyone, this is Cara Heads. I am here at the 2011 World Weightlifting Championships in Paris, France. I'm standing inside the training hall where athletes come to get their final lifts in and prepare for the competition. I had an opportunity to sit down with Danica Rue, multi-time national champion and world team member, and a top American record holder in the 69 kilo class. She had some good things to share, so take a look. So Danica, you're here at the 2011 World Weightlifting Championships. It's been a while. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So you stepped away, what did you say, about 2005?
Yes, my last competition was the Pan American Championships in July of 2005. I was on the world team that year. I started law school in August of 2005 and realized weightlifting was not feasible with my schedule. So while I was on the team, I didn't compete that year, that fall.
Right, so you made the sacrifice in order to go to school.
Yes, I wanted to be a lawyer I started weightlifting when I was 10, and I wanted to be a lawyer for about as long as I wanted to compete in the Olympics. And I went to Colorado Springs in 2001 for college and to live at the training center. Weightlifting was always, the first priority. So I made my college work around my weightlifting. And
I remember you were a student at Colorado College while you were training in the training center.
Exactly.
Right.
And I chose Colorado College because of weightlifting. I would not have gone to Colorado Springs if not for the training center. So I was in the position in 2005. I'd been lifting for a very long time. It was really at the top of my game at that point. But the Olympics were 3 years away. And there was no law school in Colorado Springs. And I just had to make the decision of, do I, wait 3 years and wait in Colorado Springs and train and do nothing other than train for 3 years? Or do I go to law school, which was something I always wanted to do as well. So I made that decision and did not think I would ever be back here. When I made that decision, I did not think I would be here again.
And you're here at the top of Olympic weightlifting. You're here at the World Championship. What made you decide to come back to weightlifting?
It's hard to say. I think when I was in law school, I did not touch a bar. I was not in the gym. I really was completely outside the sport. A lot of people stop but they'll still go and squat or play around with some power snatches. I did not go in the gym to do any Olympic weightlifting. The 2008 games rolled around. Two of my very good friends were on the team. I watched, of course, you as well at the trials, and Carissa Gordon or Gum and Natalie Bergner, Woolfolk at the time, and it was tough. I mean, I was still competitive, and if I had been doing the weights I did in 2005 and I did them in 2008, I think I would have been on the team. I mean, I think numerically it would have put me on the team doing those same weights, and it was tough watching that and knowing that, and I realized I still had some of that left in me because I didn't miss it for a second until that point when I was thinking, I felt like I could have been on the team, I mean, you never know what happens in those 3 years, but I felt like I could have been on the team at the very least. So basically, when I finished school, I sort of had more time. And
where did you attend?
I went to New York Law School in Manhattan. So I was living back in New Jersey where I'm from. And, I was kind of I have a little bit more time now, and it's actually when I'm studying for the bar, I started to do a little bit of weightlifting, just once or twice a week.
You decided while you were studying for the bar that you had more time.
Yes, that I needed to be on the bar. I needed to be, but really, it was so stressful studying. I mean, because you literally study all day long, and I went back to the gym, I think once or twice a week. It was like a Saturday, and then occasionally I would go during the week, and it just helped me. Just get my mind off of 21 different subjects that are on the New York bar exam. So, and it felt good, and it came back to me much quicker than I thought it would. I mean, I had lifted for so long, from age 10 straight through, no stop, till 22, and, starting back up, a little bit later, it just came back quicker than I thought it would. And then, I started, I was a law clerk. After I took the bar exam, I passed the bar exam, and I started clerking for a judge, a criminal judge, and I was just able to kind of work weightlifting in 4 days a week. Didn't really have any plans about how far I was going to go with it, but I was enjoying it and doing well. And then I went to that, I think my first big meet back was either American Open or Nationals. I can't remember which now. Did well and won. And
what kind of lifts did you do coming back on the scene, the national scene?
that's a good question. Oh, it was American Open because I hurt my elbow snatching, and I think I snatched 86, 88, somewhere in that range. My first meet back, so it was about 10 kilos under. My last meet, I snatched 96. I clean and jerk 126. 2005 National Championships. Those were my best lifts.
I remember.
Yes.
126 is the American record.
It's still the American record. I'm still trying to get back there. So I made, I think, my first 2 snatches, and then I missed my third, something like that. And then clean and jerks, I did enough that put me on the world team, I think. And Bob Morris wasn't coaching me at the time, but he was in the back actually coaching another athlete. He's like, hey, by the way, if you do this, because I didn't think about teams, like none of that. It was just lifting like a regular lifter.
Right.
And he's like, oh, this weight will give you this, will give you X. And so it's like, all right, put it on. And I clean and jerked it. And maybe it was 15 or something like that. And so then just since then I was on last year's world team and then this year's world team. So it's good to be back. It's challenging. It's very different than when I used to live. It's different, completely different.
When I saw you and we were training together at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, you were a student, which
Yes.
is not that uncommon to be a college student and also lifting weights or training.
Yes.
Because a lot of the weightlifters at the Olympic Training Center either work a job or they take some classes.
Right.
So that's not uncommon. What is uncommon is attending law school and then moving into your professional career while also lifting and training for elite level competition, the World Weightlifting Championships. How do you manage that? In most cases, people choose one or the other.
Right.
How do you do both?
I'm not really sure. Frankly, I'm not at the level I was before, and I don't know if I can attribute that to not training as much as I used to, or having work, or being older, or maybe I still hope to get there, but I'm certainly not there yet. But it's just a balance, and I thought I was busy when I went to school full time and lifted. I had no idea. I worked as a public defender in Essex County, New Jersey, which includes Newark and East Orange and Irvington, which are there's no shortage of work, put it that way. But I love it, and so I train 4 times a week. I'm hoping to up it to 5, and it's rather than being at the training center where you know what it's like there, where you have a bad workout, it feels like your life's over. Or if you're struggling or you hit a plateau and you're just, kind of not improving, it's very hard when weightlifting is your life.
Right. The balance issue there.
Right, and because and you're consuming it. You're living with everyone that does it, and you're, everyone's and someone else is doing well, and you're happy for them. And you're like, why am I not improving? And now I train with a group of about 10 guys, and some of them compete nationally. But it's a very different environment, and a workout is a workout. And so I think it has its pluses and minuses as well. My workouts, it's hard to get as motivated, I think, not being training with people like you and Natalie and Carissa, people that are so intense and inspirational, and really being the only woman that trains, it's different, and that makes it more challenging. It's also much more in perspective.
And how long are your workouts?
Well, now that I'm a little older, a lot more stretching, a lot more warming up. I understand now all these people that I was lifting at 20, I'm like, why do they take so long? Why is 35? Why on the bar? I was mostly thinking of Doreen. And I am there. I am so there. So
after you stretch out, is that
after I stretch, yeah, exactly. Every railing, and I ride the bike and all of that. I'd say soup to nuts is probably around 2 hours, hour and a half. Yeah.
Okay, and you're 4 days a week looking at maybe going to 5.
Right, hoping that will lessen the long workout because it is really long, and it's difficult to get in 4 exercises. That's a lot to get in after a day of work. So I'm looking to add a little bit, but also add a day to make maybe the 4 days a little bit shorter.
So how do you stay motivated? I work with a lot of clients and athletes looking for a way to motivate themselves. If you have a demanding schedule, you probably get mentally tired, physically tired. and yet you still have to train to compete to end up here at the World Championships.
Yes.
How do you stay motivated?
You know, it's hard to say. I'm not really sure, honestly. You know, I enjoy it, and I think that you kind of forget that sometimes. This really is fun, you know. And actually, you always are inspire me because I'm like, it's fun. Like, I'm missing on the platform. It's fun. You really forget that because it is so hard that you realize that, oh yeah, that's why I do this. You know, it's not my life anymore. It's something that I do as an activity for fun.
At the World Championships. What makes you just for fun and you're at the World Championships? Right.
It's true.
Right. I believe you.
It is a sport.
It is a sport, exactly.
Right, exactly. It's not a career in the sense that, I mean, you're not going to make money doing this. You have to be doing it for something other than a career-wise because, you know, I don't know where you're going to go with that. I mean, right, in terms of, you know, you can parlay it into other things like running a gym and coaching and things like that, but in terms of just lifting, you're not making enough money to live in New Jersey, I'll tell you that much.
Exactly. In California, same thing.
In California, I'm sure even more so. So, motivating is just being competitive, honestly. I think ultimately, I would say, you know, not having the people around me to motivate me as much as I used to, like you, especially you. It's true. It's really true. It's really just has to come from just being competitive and really wanting it, and really wanting to improve and do better.
Is it more about the goal, the lift you want to ultimately lift and complete? Or is it just in that day you want to be successful this day? Or a little bit of both?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think now I really try, especially because I'm not doing as much as I used to, I'm really focusing on trying to have as good of a workout as possible and making as many lifts and doing them well. And not just worrying about, okay, this is what I want to end up doing. I have those ideas, but I really want to do every workout well. And weightlifting is a sport for me where if you have to, each lift, it requires all of your focus. You can't worry about the next one. Because when I do, at least it, you know, oh yeah, I forgot I have to snatch 70 before I get to 90, you know, and the 70 will be terrible and you can't get to 90 if you don't do the ones before it well. So, and the same with the workouts. Each workout is a build up to having a good competition or a good, you know, Olympics or, you know, as far down as you can go. So I think actually that's one of the things I really learned from you, and I was talking to Natalie Bergner about that recently, where, you know, you were a little bit older than us and you were more experienced for sure, and you really knew long term what you wanted to do. And, you know, we were very consumed with that workout, you know, and not seeing past it. And we're like, you always had a bigger plan, and we were really just saying how we wish we could realize that then, how that worked for you, because we didn't realize that. And you know, I'm trying to impart that now. I don't think I do it as well as you, because you led by example. You know, you didn't really have to lecture us. I'm sitting there like lecturing these people. You know, and they're like, okay, sure. But it's true. I mean, I think it's always the big picture. It really is. Yeah.
So currently,
yes.
Okay, you just got back from the Pan Ams.
Yes, 2 weeks ago. I lifted.
Tell me about that.
It'll be slightly less than 2 weeks from when I competed. It'll be a day short of 2 weeks.
That's tight. That's a tight turnaround.
Yeah,
Did you
tough.
peak for the Pan Ams? Or did you peak for this meet?
Again, I don't write the workouts. I don't know what's exactly. The idea was, of course, to peak for this meet. That was sort of, everyone was sort of treating that as your last heavy workout, but what I'm remembering now competing internationally again is when you compete internationally, it's not the same where you don't necessarily max out. It's really about placing. You know, at nationals we're the last lifters, so you just go and improve upon what you have done before, and that's the goal, is to just lift as much as possible. And this is not necessarily that. It can be, but it's also lift as much as possible, but putting you in whatever spot, and that's what Pan Ams was. And I forgot. It was like my first time dealing with that again. I lifted it last year's Worlds, but this was really like, if you do this, you beat this person, it puts you there. And I was like, okay, whatever, you know. It's not, I wanted to lift heavier weight on my last attempt to lead a jerk, but that 115 put me ahead of one of the lifters. I said, okay, I'll do that, you know. So I did peak for this meet. I had a good meet. I was happy with how I did there, but, you know, sort of trying not to focus on what lifts I'm going to do here, just trying to make as many as possible. Trying to make all 6.
Right. One lift at a time.
One lift at a time.
Yes.
Exactly.
Great. Well, well, good luck to you here at the Worlds, Danica. You know, I think so highly of you. I think you're a fantastic lifter. And regardless of what weights you plan to lift, intend to lift, I'm looking for the 126 plus Danica in time. I know, even as an attorney, you can get it.
I hope she's there. Well, you are, and you know, I tell you this, and you know I'm not one to flatter unnecessarily. I'm not. You are my hero. When I watch videos of weightlifting, I don't do it often, and I will watch it because if I can have your speed on your snatch, and your strength, you're like the best lifter ever to me. So I'm just so happy you're here. When I thought you were here, I was like, I'm gonna be okay. Cara's coming, and that's not even a joke. It's really true. I'm really thrilled.
Oh, well, it's good to be here, and I'm glad I can be here to support you. And it's just great as a spectator. You know, I'm here as a spectator, and I was coming over, and I was thinking, I'm so excited to just be here as a spectator.
You just need to put on a singlet, and you're gonna beat everybody. You're on the team just putting on a singlet. It's true.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Danica.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing your story. Good luck.
Thank you.